Josh here with DepriveD Productions. We're going to talk about the number 23 today. Why? Why MJ? Why Michael Jordan? Why all day? Because today's the 23rd material tutorial video in the Unreal Engine 4, and we're going to make a sci-fi kind of twisted looking holographic kind of material today. We're going to use some tricks that we already know. We're going to use some tricks we don't know, and we're going to put them all together. We're going to layer three different kind of looks together into one big kind of thing, and I'm going to put it all over this ball, and it's all dark out here. So I'm going to right click, and I'm going to create a material, and I'm going to name it Sci-Fi. That's what I'm going to name it, because it's going to be a sci-fi material. Let's jump right into it, and let's make sure we do what we always do and move this window over to the second one. You know how we do, okay? You know how we do. So we got our window here, Sci-Fi. Let's jump into it. Boom, we're in here. Let's get started. Now, like I said, we're going to put three different materials together, three different textures we're going to create. So let's get started. First thing, I want some lines. I want all kind of lines to move up on my little ball. I got a ball and little lines to move up. I want to get a texture coordinate, okay? Now, right beside it, since I want my lines to move, okay, we're going to get a panner, okay? And I'm going to go ahead and set this right here to 0.09. And you're like, well, that's a pretty odd number. But don't you worry. It'll all make sense soon. And the thing that after that, we need to mask it out, okay? We need to mask out and only get the G channel. Now, we can go ahead and drop the arrow, you know what I'm talking about, and kind of see what's going on, and you're like, I don't get it. Oh, wait. We can get rid of the red. Got to have only the green. And again, you got the option of right-clicking and start process or previewing the node, and you're like, what? You know, don't worry about it. Don't worry. It's coming. We'll stop previewing that. Now, we need to do a couple more things. I want to take this, I want to type in the number, type in sine, okay? Now, you're thinking, what's going on here? What's going on? Now, if you see if it's set to 1, it does that. If it's set to 0.5, look at what it does. More lines, okay? 0.25. We'll divide that in half. 0.125. Well, let's divide that in half. It'd be 0.0625, right? Oh, no, 0.0625. I like that right there, okay? We can right-click on the Start Previewing Node thing and see what it's doing on my ball. We got all kind of black lines going up my ball. You like that? But we need to do a little bit more than that, okay? Let's stop that. Draw a line, type in the word power, because we got the power. We're powerful people. Power. Power. We're going to 75 it. We're going to get 75 that power. You know what I'm talking about? Now, if I right-click and start oh, God, don't do that. If I right-click and do the Start Preview now, they're little thin lines. And that's what I kind of want. I want to thin out those lines a little bit. And the power did that. You know what I'm talking about? So here's what we're going to do. We're going to do a couple things. What we need to do is we need to copy and paste this twice, and this is just going to be one of our textures. So let's do this. Control-C, Control-V. Okay, we can put it right here. I'll move it up, make some more room. You know what I'm talking about? And Control-C, Control-V one more time. Oh, God. Oh, God, too many. We only need 3. Everybody just calm down. But we're going to make a couple changes, okay? Now, let's stop previewing this, or we'll just keep doing it. Go to the panner here and set this one to 0.07. Uh-oh. You're starting to see what I was going to have in mind. Or whatever. Okay, but the point is now I got 3 of them. So if I preview this one, it's going to be a little slower lines, a little slower. You know what we're going to do? We're going to add all this stuff together, get an add right here. Just hold the letter A and plug these 2 bad babies into it, okay? And then hold the letter A again. And then plug this bad baby into this add, and we're going to add adds. We're all kind of, we get down with addition, and then we can drop it or start previewing. You know what I'm talking about? And boom. We got a little something going on there, okay? We got a little lines. But the thing is, this material is going to be translucent. You know what we got to do. We got to click on this material. We got to change it from opaque to translucent. And then what we want to do is change default lit to unlit, okay? Because it's just going to be like a shiny, pulsating material. Now, let's right-click and stop previewing the node here. And let's do a couple things. First, I want you to plug this into opacity, okay? Now, what we're wanting to get is only the white lines. But they're black. And you're like, I don't understand. Why is they black? Don't worry. The point is, there's no collar set to it yet. But the point is, the black is gone and the white is still there. But what we want to do is we want to actually do one little thing. Let's hold the number 3. Let's get a collar and let it set it to 0, 20, and 6. Okay? So it's like a bluish green, like a green blue, And let's get a multiply node. And you literally just hold the letter M, right? Boom. And you got a multiply node. And let's take this, okay? And we got this whole function here. Let's kind of drag it back, and then we want to take this and multiply it by this and plug that into the emissive collar, so it actually emisses those black lines into this really light color blue. So boom, there we go, and we got a material. We got a little cool looking. We already got half of it or a third of it or whatever kind of math we're supposed to be doing. But the point is now, if we drag and drop this on here, boom. Okay, we got something going on here, a little strange looking stuff. We've done stuff like this before. You know what I'm talking about? We've toyed with stuff like this. Anyway, let's get back into it. Now, looking at our material, there's one more thing I want to do. I want you to get a Fresnel. It's F-R-E. It's a Fresnel. And I want you to set this to a couple values here. We're going to set this to 1 here, okay? And we're going to set it to 0.02. Now, Check it out. You can right click right here and just start previewing. It's going to override it. And we're going to see, it kind of does this kind of thing here. It has like the black in the middle and the white in the outside. It's kind of the edge. No matter which way you turn the ball, the edges are what's being affected here with the Fresnel. So, and we've talked about this before in previous tutorials. Let's stop previewing that. And I'm going to get this collar I have here and I actually want to change it. I want to dial it down. So set that to 5 and set this to 1.5. I divided both numbers by 4 basically to make them not as vibrant. But then I'm going to get another collar. Hold the number 3. One more collar here. Okay, and we're going to make this 0.6, 0, and 0.3. And we're going to get like a pinkish purple. And not too bright, not too effective. Now, what we're going to end up doing is we're going to lerp. So we're going to hold the letter L, right? And I'm going to actually use this Fresnel as an alpha map, okay? And then we're going to have this be the green, or the blue be the outside, and the pink be the inside, and whatever not. And we're going to go to emissive collar now. And as you can tell, you can see that I did it backwards. The pink is on the outside, and the blue is on the inside. All I'm going to do is cross these wires. So I'm going to unplug this and make sure the pink is plugged into A and the bluish green collar is plugged into B or whatever, and then boom, now we got this kind of thing going on. You're like, okay, so no matter which way we turn it, like I said, the pink is always in that little middle, and it's kind of like going from a greenish to and you can see kind of the fade here. It's really just pink right here, but here it's like the addition of these two collars because it's fading between them. So it's kind of cool. You get a gradient there. But anyway, there's our first texture. Let's move it out of the way, and let's unplug these, and let's get started on the second one. So now our ball's black again because nothing plugged in. So we're going to need a texture. Now, the thing is, this texture comes in the starter content. We're going to go to Content Browser. If you go up to Window here, Content Browser number 2. And it's actually right down here. Let me find it. It's actually this little chain link. Look at this little chain link tech hex tile or whatever. We're gonna grab just the normal map, okay? And you're probably thinking, well, I don't understand why we're getting the normal map. Don't you worry. We're gonna right click and grab a texture coordinate. That's what we're gonna do. Okay. And again, don't you worry about the normal map. Okay. We're gonna get a panner. Okay. We're gonna do a little panning. Okay. Oh God, we gotta get a panner. And I want you to set this to 0.25. Okay. And that's what we're going to set it to. I want you to set the texture to 3 and 3. Now what we're doing is we're tiling that a little bigger. You can see here how well it's tiled. You can see when it pops up there. Well, now that I plug it in, the panner isn't going to be actually seeing what's here. You'll see that it's tiled more. Obviously, we've talked about that with the texture coordinate. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to do something really strange. I'm going to Control C and Control V and get another one of these. Okay, but I'm going to set this to be backwards. Okay, it's going to be let's negative. Let's do negative 0.25. You know what I'm talking about? A little negativity. You know what I'm talking about? And what we're going to do is we're going to get the letter A, or hold the letter A for an add. And I'm going to take the red channel of this one and add it to the green channel of this one, okay? And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open it up and right click and do a start previewing node. And I want you to see this. Okay, now what you see there is pretty strange. Now you're probably thinking, I don't understand. You could do 2 red channels, you could do 2 green channels, but honestly, I get kind of a cool look when I do it like this. It's kind of neat looking. So now we have this kind of look, and it's like, what in the world's going on? But like I said, this is our second texture. Anyway, let's keep going. First things first, let's drag these bad babies and move them down because we're going to need a new node. Now, Fresnel, you're familiar with it. You type in FRE. We'll see this right here, Fresnel function. We're going to actually use it. And the reason is there's a lot of awesome different techniques you can use with this, different things you can use, like the normal map to create the Fresnel look. But all we're going to need is to hold the number 1 and plug it into power, because we've already talked about that power. And we're going to set it all the way to number 8 because we're 8 times powerful or whatever. Okay, the point is I'm going to multiply this, okay, by what we have going on right here. So hold the letter M, of course, and get yourself a multiply, boom, and just take this bad baby and plug it into this bad baby. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to make sure we stop previewing that node, plug this in, and start previewing. We'll drop it down and preview this node. Now, you're going to see a little bit of Fresnel action. Okay, you're like, I can't really see very well. You can't really see because it's kind of there. Well, we're going to do this. Stop previewing, drag a line here, and type in the word power, because we've been talking about that power, okay? And we're going to set this power to 0.5 is what we're going to do, okay? We're going to set it to 0.5, and I want you to preview this node. So start previewing this, okay? Look what we got going on right here. Well, look on right here. Okay, we got the little black ball in the middle. It's doing the same thing that the Fresnel would up here. Like I said, the edges. You're only going to see this on the edges, but we're going to end up adding all of this together. So we're not done. Now the thing is, we could go ahead and stop previewing, right? And we could plug this into opacity, okay? Let's plug it into opacity, and we get the little black lines. You're like, I can't really see it, brah. Well, don't worry. We're going to do the same thing we did last time. We're going to multiply by a collar. Now, this obviously is going to have to be plugged into this. Make sure you do all of this when you do it and plug it in, because we're going to have the blue and the purple, and we didn't have it all set up, but this would obviously go into a emissive collar. Now, the point is we're not even there yet. Let's go back down here. Let's do another multiply. Same thing we did before, and multiply by, we're going to need to make more room. My God, we're always running out. There's too much going on here. We need another collar. I'm going to hold the number 3. Now, this time, what I'm going to do is I'm going to plug this in here and plug the power in here. You know what I'm talking about? Now, this time I am going to do the 0, the 20, and the 6, because I want the outer ring to be a little bit more powerful than these lines that are going up and down. You know what I'm talking about? So let's plug this into a emissive collar. Okay? Let's see what we got going on here. Okay, we got a little goodness. We got a little goodness going on over here. We got a little strange-looking circle thing, and again, we can save it, go out in our world, and see what it looks like on the ball, because we got it on a ball. That's what we got. We've got it on this ball right here, and it has this kind of look to it right here. It's got them little gritty, hexy textile sci-fis going around the outside or whatever. Not. Well, don't worry, guys. We're not even done yet. Let's get back into it. One more texture. Now, I unplugged these bad babies, and I'm going to scoot this back, and we need one more little section right here. In fact, I'm going to try to pull this down a little bit about right there, and we'll do it down here in the bottom. Now, we need to go back into the content browser, and again, you need to start our content. We're going to use one more little thing here. You see this right here? We got the different tiles. They have different ones. We're going to use an alpha map this time, and the one we're going to use is actually this one right here. The T-Smoke tiled D, not the double D, but the single D. We're going to drag it in here real quick, and we're going to do the kind of the same thing we did before. First things first is get a texture coordinate, because we need to tile it the way we want it, and we need a panner, because we're going to make it move, because we're making everything move today, because we get moving, because we're not afraid to get moving. Now, the thing is that the texture coordinate's going to be 2 and 2 this time, because we're kind of double it, and this is going to be a negative 0.01. Okay, it's going to be moving very slowly. You know what I'm talking about, and that actually might be too slow. So what we're going to do is we're going to plug this into UVs, and let's start previewing it. I'm talking about. We can see what's going on here, and as you can tell, it's moving way too slow. How about just a negative 0.1? Not a negative 0.01, but a negative 0.1 might do it. Give us a little bit of a turn. Okay. Now the thing is, I can already tell right now it's a little too powerful. It's a little too powerful. So what that means? We're going to stop previewing that, because that's dangerous. We're going to drag a line on here and get the power one more time. Okay, but we're going to go up with it because it's a little too powerful. We're going to take some power down. We're going to power down from it, drop it down, and then do the start previewing node here and see what we got going on here. Okay, that's more what I'm looking for, because we're going to use that alpha map again, and I only want you to see the white. I don't want you to see the black. So we got a kind of a cool look in there. Okay, we're going to do one more thing here. Let's do that. We're going to do the same thing, because we're going to plug this into opacity, and we can go ahead and do that. You know what I'm talking about? Boom, there's she blow. Maybe. Oh, we got to stop previewing, right? You got to stop previewing that, so it'll show that, and now we'll just see the white, even though it's black. And you're like, I always get confused there, but hey, don't worry. We got to add a collar. There's no collar to this white, so it's black. Whatever. Anyway, the point is we need to multiply just like we did last time. So hold the letter M and then grab the number 3, because you're not afraid of the number 3. And we're going to plug both of these plug that into the multiply and plug this into the number 3. So the multiply is obviously going to go into a emissive collar. And I'm going to set this to a straight teal, so a 0.6 or more of a light blue. It's like a 0.6 and a 0.6 together. It's going to be like a lighter blue. And I'm going to plug this into a emissive collar. Okay, that's what we got. A little cloudy goodness, kind of could go through, but like you can say, you can still see through it. That's why I got those tiles set up like that. You can still see through it, because it's black outside, son. It's so dang dark. But the point is, like I said, a little translucency for you. Now let's go back in and finish this bad baby up. It's all about adding them together now. You know what I mean? That's what it's all about at this point. So I'm going to drag everything down here, and I got the 3 different sections. Now, what I should do is drag a line, hold the letter C, and type in, some code or whatever not, but we're not going to do that. I'm going to get rid of the boxes because I'm sloppy. So, whatever. Love me, hate me, love you, whatever. You think I suck? Whatever. I think you rock. I think you rock, okay? Now, the point is, we're going to get a couple adds, because we need to add these bad babies together, but we need to add the opacities together separately from the emissive collars. So the first things first, let's get 2 adds right here, okay? And we need to make sure we grab the opacities. Now, the opacity is literally just this bad baby right here, and we're going to add that to this opacity. Okay, we just need to find the opacity, and the opacity maps this one down here, the power, before we multiplied it by a collar, right? So let's plug that in here. Boom. Okay, we got one of them. Okay, now we take these multiplies with all these collars, and we put them together. And the reason is those are our emissive collars. Okay, now we've got our first 2 here, right? We can drag it over here a little bit and drag it down about right here, and now we're going to need 2 more adds. So let's do it again, because we're going to add this opacity into the top, because we did the opacity with these, right? Double check what you're doing. Then we need to grab the opacity of this one, which is this bad baby right here. I know we got a lot of lines coming from everywhere. You got to make sure you're grabbing your right maps here. It can be kind of tricky, like I said. I know that I multiplied by collars for my emissive collar, so I know this is my collar, and then the multiply would be my collar. Now, what's going to happen is we're going to plug these bad babies into where they're supposed to go. The bottom one is actually our emissive collar, which I should have probably put on top, and the opacity is here, and we're going to look at it, and we're going to just go ahead and save it and hope to God it works. Pray, cross your fingers. Bam, son. You know what I'm talking about? You got this crazy looking material. It's kind of see-through. It's got these little lines going around it. No matter which way you go, it's still got the edge. Got the edges of them little hex tile looking things, and it's always got the little purple spot in the middle. You can get over the top here, even though now the clouds look funny. It's kind of a neat looking thing. But there you go, boom. Some crazy looking material we made with just the content that comes with UE4. Guys, we didn't use any external sources. I added the starter content, which literally added a few materials and textures and stuff like that. You can check it out yourself, some props. But I literally, boom, guys, we made this out of nothing. A little sci-fi, kind of holographic, kind of pulsating, colorful, little crazy goodness. You know what I'm talking about? And guys, I'm not gonna lie, I learned a couple of these tricks, and like this, I got this idea from like a few YouTube videos I watched myself of some just amazing UE4 teachers. And let me tell you what, there's some awesome guys out there that you guys also need to be checking out. I want to give them props for being helpful, not only to me, but to you guys. But yeah, this really helped me kind of put some things together and kind of just add some stuff. And again, I'm just having fun, but I wanted to show you that you could take multiple textures and make sure that you can add them together to create something completely unique out of nothing. Out of literally nothing. We used mainly math to create most of this, but we used a couple textures to give a little bit of a look, you know what I'm saying? But kind of neat, like cloudy looking sci-fi nonsense. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you learned a little something. A 23rd material tutorial video in the UE4 Michael Jordan all day, every day. You know what I'm talking about? But guys, thanks for watching. Love you. Go hit the YouTube channel, subscribe, DepriveD Productions. Hit the Facebook page, please. If you're listening, hit it up. DepriveD Productions on Facebook. Let's get them numbers up and hit our SoundCloud, dude. DepriveD, capital D at the beginning, capital D at the ending. Our artist, me, what we do, we make music. Hit it up, man. A lot of free music, royalty-free music you can download there for your games and your movies and your commercials or whatever not. Your porn, I don't care. It may not be good for porn, but you can give it a shot. You know, if you want, I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. I'm easy to please. I'm not very sensitive. Let's get it done. I appreciate you guys. Love you, miss you. We'll see you next time. Peace.